This week, I've noticed everyone kind of across the board has just been a little bit more stressed than usual.
It's the calm before the storm period.
We're all still trying to figure out how to balance our schoolwork, our academics, our social calendars, and now with recruiting.
There are so many glittering things out there that it's very hard to narrow down. The question that I keep asking myself is, what is the right career path for me?
So I have the coach, I have the resume submitted, and I've been to all of these 101 sessions. But now, what do I have to do next?
It's time to prioritize. Take time to reflect. What has your research shown you to date? What resonates with you? What doesn't resonate with you? Pick a few industries or companies to target. Know when and how they recruit. You can use Career Hub or a career coach to help you with this.
If I want to be exploring multiple things, should I diversify or should I try to focus on one thing and just go after that one thing, right? Because we do realize we all have limited time constraints. How do you spend that time most effectively?
Time is a valuable commodity in the MBA program, so it's important that you use it wisely. Assess your skills and experiences against the industry and functions that you're targeting. Do you have what they're looking for? If you're a career switcher, you'll need to take that into consideration, as your search may require some additional time. Also, use a process. Assess when you're making progress and assess when you may need to make some adjustments. Again, a coach can help you assess how to allocate your time and how to manage this against your academic priorities.
My roommate and I have talked a lot about this, about whether or not we should view the summer as a breeding ground for just trying something new, or if we should use the summer as really a litmus test for exactly what we might want to do after school.
The answer ideally is both. Yes, most students do use the summer to try something new, either industry, function, geography, or size of company. Having said that, to the extent you can also use the summer to validate an assumption you have of where you think a good fit might be, so much the better. Remember though, there are certain companies and industries that do require a summer internship to be considered for full-time employment. You'll want to do your research in advance to make sure you know if these companies are relevant to your search.
So I'm thinking about perhaps joining a company that is not traditionally on campus. Do I hold out for one of these companies and pass up on one of these earlier recruiting opportunities? So it's the trade-off between the kind of more safe and secure route versus taking a risk and perhaps finding something that I'm really passionate about, but having to wait a little bit longer for that.
If you see a company that you're truly passionate about, do your research, know what they're looking for, and ask yourself if your skills and qualifications match up well against that. That way, you can make an informed judgment as to whether you have the profile they're looking for. Likewise, whenever you find a company that you're passionate about, do your research early. Reach out, establish connections, and use all of that information to inform a better job search strategy.
I'm here at HBS, which I see as the cream of the crop in terms of candidates, and I'm competing with the best for some of the greatest jobs out there. And how can I, with the resume that got me into HBS and what I'm doing here, stand out from people that have amazing resumes as well?
The key way to distinguish yourself is to show your sincere interest and commitment to the industry that you're targeting. Be prepared to express that interest authentically. Starting today, reach out to people in the industry. Get to know them. How do they spend their day? Read what they read. What are the opportunities in the industry today? What are some of the challenges? Use that information and fold it into how you tell your story.
FOMO doesn't just apply to the party on Friday night, it's also like career oriented. So if I do an internship in one sector, what do I sacrifice? And then what do I close myself off towards? What do I open myself up to? And then, trying to determine which way to leap in the end.
The single most important question you can ask yourself right now is, what do you want to do? If you've done an effective self-assessment, looked at your career criteria, reflected on your research, bring all of that together to design an effective and focused job search strategy. Trust yourself. If you've done those things, you will end up where you're meant to be.